morning, all empathic sensitive souls. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I swore yesterday was Wednesday. My days are all goofed up. How has the week gone? Have you been listening? Have you been paying attention? As I was thinking about this card this morning, the Christmas song, Do You Hear What I Hear, popped in my head, and I'm like, oh, how appropriate. Perfect for the card for the season. And the card asks that we listen not only with our ears, but with an open heart. We need to do that year round, just not at Christmas time only, but also year round. Do you see a need to help someone? Are you listening and looking and paying attention to what they're really saying? I'm fine, everything's fine. When they really need help, but they don't want to put you out. They don't want to be a burden for someone. And sometimes those are the people that really truly need the help and need someone to listen to them. Sometimes it's just a hug. Sometimes it's just a, you can do this. Hey, what you need? I'll listen. And listen with an open mind, and listen not to respond, but just to listen. I'm guilty of trying to figure out what they're saying so I can have a response ready for them instead of listening. Or because my memory is so that I have to keep putting in my head what the answer to their question is and not listening to what they're saying. So I'm guilty of that. And I have to keep remembering. If I don't remember what the question was, I can always ask them again. Now, what was that question? And most people don't have a problem replying and telling you what that question was so you can get the answer. I'm also very guilty of telling a very long, convoluted story, but I like to tell stories because it gets people out of their own head and thinking about what I'm babbling about. And it's usually something humorous or ridiculous that has happened, but there's always a story involved. And sometimes people just don't have the time or the patience to listen to the whole story. That's their loss. And I can't just tell an episode of my life without the sights and the sounds and the smells and everything going on around it, because that's what makes the story funny. I've had people yell at me, well, just get to the point. Well, now I'm going to start over again because, one, you made me mad. Two, you weren't listening, and you're not going to get the gist of the funny part if you don't hear everything that's going on and put yourself in the moment of what I'm talking about. And then they finally learn to listen to my story, because I get there much faster if you just listen. So I'm guilty of listening to respond, not listening to actually hear what people are talking about. And I'm trying to change that. But with my brain going zzz and forgetting what people are talking about when they first ask the question, I have to remind myself it's okay to ask again. Now, what did you do? What were you talking about? And of course, when you're at work, there's all distractions and all sorts of things going on. And my head's half in the work that I'm doing. And then I have to disengage and then re-engage with the person talking to me. And then disengage and then try to remember what in the heck I was doing. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes I got to sit there and go, what was I just doing? But it's okay. So listen. Do you hear what I hear? Are you listening? Are you listening with an open heart? Are you listening with an open mind? Now, my nieces and nephews, my great nieces and nephews, they always would come and talk to me because I would listen to them. And I would tell them the truth as I saw it. Not necessarily be the truth for the rest of the world, but the truth of how I saw and felt what was going on in the world and their life, or whatever the problem was. I wouldn't push them away and say, well, you're too young to understand that, or you don't need to know that. Because if they're asking the question, they want to know. And Some things, okay, well, you better ask your mom and dad if I can tell you this. But they always felt safe that I would tell them the truth. Sometimes it was a very scaled down, simplified truth, but it was the truth. And then I would tell their parents what I told them. Oh, yeah, that was okay. Instead of blowing the kid off. Because kids are very curious and kids want to know. Why did this kid say that and why did they make fun of him and da 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 da. All those important questions, especially the little kids. But you have to listen. In the song, Do You Hear What I Hear? They talk about bringing peace everywhere. So are you bringing peace to people around you? Are you bringing peace to yourself? Don't forget to give yourself a hug. Don't forget to listen to those positive affirmations, those morning mantras. Listen to those. Don't tell yourself, oh, well, that's just ridiculous. No. Tell yourself, well, okay, we can be silly, but I didn't know any better, and now I know, and I'm learning. I am learning. This is a great learning experience. Boost yourself up. Boost the family around you up. Boost the kids up. Give people compliments. I was shopping the other night, and this lady walked through, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she turned around, and she gave me the most horrible look. I'm like, I love your scarf. And her face instantly went from to, oh, well, thank you. I just got out. And a story came. And she told me where she got it from or whatever the case was. But it was somebody noticed me and it was a compliment. And oh my gosh, it totally changed the vibration coming off of her from, I can't believe I have to shop and I'm angry and mad and upset, to, oh my gosh, somebody saw me, they noticed me, they noticed the scarf. What a kind thing to say. And the next thing I know is she's down the street in the store complimenting the next person. Pass the peace. Sometimes you have to listen with your eyes and your heart and see what people need. And sometimes it's just people need to be acknowledged and seen. Hi, I see you. Hi, I'm listening. What did you say? I hear you. I see you. And that goes a long way to creating peace. So everyone have a very peaceful Wednesday. Time for me to peace out and go to work. Woo! Fun and excitement. Have a great Wednesday. I will check in on Friday to see how the listening is going this week. Do you hear what I hear? Have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye for now.